Hello, fellow operas. Cloudy here from Cloudy Games, and today we're embarking on a high-stakes mission through the world of Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. This isn't just a simple remake of a classic, it's a full reimagining of the legendary 2004 game that first dropped us into the jungle on a covert operation. At Konami's Press Start live event on June 12, 2025, we received major updates that reshaped our expectations for this title. From cutting-edge graphical enhancements and gameplay tweaks to a brand new multiplayer mode that redefines stealth co-op, we've got a lot to cover. Strap in, check your camo, and let's dive in. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater launched in 2004 as a bold departure from the prior game's urban setting. Instead of sneaking through Big Shell's corridors, we were surviving deep in a Soviet jungle, hunting for food and using camouflage to hide from patrols. This Cold War stealth adventure introduced mechanics like dynamic camouflage and CQC that quickly became legendary. The boss fights were unforgettable. Who can forget the duel with the End, or that ladder climb with Snake Eater playing in the background? The game's legacy looms large, often hailed as one of the greatest stealth games of all time. During the Press Start live broadcast, Konami showed off striking side-by-side comparisons of the original versus the remake. The visual leap is immediately clear. Lighting now realistically reacts to the environment. You can see sweat glisten on Snake's brow under the sun, and shadows dance more dynamically through the trees. Lush foliage bends and parts as you crawl through the underbrush instead of remaining static. Even the water effects are upgraded. Puddles and streams reflect the dense jungle canopy and ripple convincingly as characters wade through. The world feels alive and more immersive than ever. Little details go a long way. For example, leaves can even fall and stick to Snake's suit as he moves, and mud will smear on his uniform if he drags himself along a bank. These touches make the survival experience more tangible. Audio is another area where the remake is upping the ante. The soundtrack has been rearranged with a live orchestra, giving those classic themes a richer, more cinematic quality. The jungle soundscape is more complex too. You'll hear the hum of insects, distant animal calls, and the rustle of trees in surround sound, really pulling you into Snake's boots. All dialogue has been remastered with careful attention to emotional nuance. The original actors' performances feel even more impactful now, thanks to improved audio clarity and mixing. When Snake and Ocelot banter, or when the boss delivers a grave monologue, you'll catch subtle inflections that might have been lost in the old mix. In short, the voice work hits harder, and the music and ambient audio wrap you in the jungle atmosphere like never before. Of course, this remake isn't just about pretty graphics and sound. The gameplay itself is getting refined. Survival mechanics have been thoughtfully updated. For one, the camouflage system is now more dynamic and user-friendly. In the original, you had to manually switch camo buttons from a menu to match your environment. Now, Delta introduces a quick select camo menu for faster changes on the fly. You can blend in more intuitively, crouch next to a mossy tree trunk or lie flat in tall grass, and your camo index will adjust much more smoothly to keep you hidden. Your camouflaging gear will also visually reflect the environment over time. Crawl through mud and you'll see Snake's uniform get muddy, take a tumble, and leaves might cling to you. Injuries are now persistent too. Cuts and bruises will remain visible on Snake's body until you treat them, leaving temporary scars as a gritty record of your survival. All these tweaks make the jungle feel like a character you're interacting with, not just a backdrop. Konami's Press Start live event on June 12, 2025 dropped a ton of exciting intel. First and foremost, we finally have a global release date, August 28th, 2025. Mark your calendars because that's when we all get to play Snake Eater's Revival. Konami also confirmed some awesome bonus modes that pay homage to the past. On PlayStation 5 and PC, the classic Snake vs. Monkey minigame is making a comeback. Yes, the same one where Snake runs around catching loose AI monkeys. A cheeky crossover with Ape Escape. Meanwhile, on Xbox Series X and S, that mode will be replaced with a brand new exclusive, Snake vs. Bomberman. It's exactly what it sounds like, a quirky mashup with Konami's own Bomberman franchise. Both of these nostalgia extras have been remastered with modern graphics and controls, giving longtime fans something fun and familiar to dive into. But the biggest reveal of the event was something entirely new, a multiplayer mode called Fox Hunt. Konami saved this for last, and for good reason. It's poised to redefine how we experience stealth together. The crown jewel of Delta's new content is Fox Hunt, an online battle mode that puts a fresh spin on multiplayer stealth. Instead of run and gun combat, Fox Hunt is all about predator versus prey tension in the Metal Gear universe. Here's the setup. One team plays as the Fox operatives, stealthy players trying to remain undetected, and the other team plays as the hunters, equipped to track them down. Fox players are all about evasion. They can use special tools and techniques to disappear into the environment. Meanwhile, Hunter players have high-tech gadgets to sniff the foxes out. Let's break down the basics. Fox operatives. They can set up camouflage nets as decoys or hiding spots, activate experimental stealth camouflage gear for brief invisibility, and of course, hide in dense foliage or shadows to remain unseen. Patience and cunning are their weapons. Hunter team. They come loaded for detection. Hunters wield thermal goggles to catch heat signatures, heartbeat sensors to detect the thump of nearby enemies, and motion trackers that ping any sudden movement. Their goal is to flush out and tag the foxes by any means short of blowing up the jungle.
Each round of Fox Hunt becomes a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. A match ends when either the hunters tag all the Fox operatives, think of it like a high-tech game of Capture the Spy, or when the Fox team manages to reach a designated extraction point and escape. Unlike traditional shooters, eliminating the opposition isn't the focus here. It's the thrill of the chase and the satisfaction of outsmarting the other side. Fox Hunt forces you to think like a spy or a tracker, creating some incredibly tense standoffs. As Fox Hunt director Yu Sahara explained, the team wanted to take camouflage and hide-and-go-seek to the next level, crafting an online experience that's more than just a shootout in the Metal Gear world. In practice, that means every match is filled with nail-biting moments as Fox players lie perfectly still, watching a patrol pass by, or hunters coordinate to sweep an area with scanners. This mode is shaping up to be a perfect extension of Metal Gear's stealth roots into multiplayer, a battle of wits and nerves rather than sheer firepower.
Now, veteran players might recall Metal Gear Online from past entries like MGS 3 Subsistence and MGS 4. Those modes had stealth elements but often turned into frantic firefight. In NGO, you'd get classic death matches, capture missions, and even a sneaking mode, but things usually escalated into shootouts with trank guns and assault rifles. It featured alert phases, SOP systems in MGS 4, and even shrinking play zones in later iterations. By contrast, Fox Hunt is carving out a very different niche. Rather than fast-paced gunplay, Fox Hunt emphasizes patience, strategy, and teamwork. Think of it as a slow burn spy thriller, whereas Metal Gear Online was more like an action movie. In Fox Hunt, combat is truly a last resort. If you open fire carelessly as a hunter, you might give away your position to the foxes, and if a Fox operative resorts to shooting, it likely means their cover was already blown. Success relies on coordinating with your team. Fox operatives need to communicate and set traps without being detected, and hunters have to share info and sweep areas methodically. The core pillars of each match are stealth and detection, not kill counts. This design makes Fox Hunt feel closer to the solo Metal Gear experience. It captures that sensation of nervously watching an enemy patrol inch closer, but now you can experience it with friends or against them. For fans of the old MGO, Fox Hunt is a fresh take. Less trigger happy, more nerve-wracking.
Konami isn't planning to just drop Delta's Snake Eater and call it a day. They've hinted at robust post-launch support to keep the community engaged. We can expect seasonal events that introduce new content periodically. This could mean new multiplayer maps inspired by classic Metal Gear locales. Imagine a Fox Hunt map set in a certain famous fortress, or a snowy tundra from Metal Gear's past, or rotating challenge modes to keep things fresh. They've also teased alternate camouflage patterns and outfits being added over time, so you might see seasonal or event-themed camos, a festive camo for holidays perhaps, or throwback uniforms from other MG titles become unlockable. There's even talk of time-limited Fox Hunt variants that could introduce unique objectives or twists to the formula. For example, one event might task the Fox team with carrying a microfilm item and uploading it before extraction,
while the hunters have additional tools like drone surveillance for that event. These kinds of updates would keep Fox Hunt evolving and encourage players to adapt to new rules. Konami has also floated the idea of fostering a competitive scene. If Fox Hunt takes off, we could see competitive leagues or tournaments highlighting the best stealth operatives out there, much like other games have esports scenes. At the very least, leaderboards and rankings can be expected for those who want to prove their tactical prowess. And that wraps up our extensive briefing on Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, a remake that's honouring its legacy while breaking new ground. From next-generation visuals to innovative multiplayer modes, it truly feels like Snake Eater is back and bigger than ever. The only question is, are you ready to answer the call? Will you be stalking your friends in Fox Hunt's jungles, or perhaps reliving the epic solo infiltration of Operation Snake Eater on your own? Let us know your thoughts and sneaking plans in the comments below. We're dying to hear how you plan to play. If you found this mission briefing informative, please like the video and subscribe to Cloudy Games for more in-depth coverage on all things gaming. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a new intel drop from us. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive, operatives. Until our next assignment, stay hidden, stay alert, and happy gaming.